Alright, we are back with more Avowed. Picking up where we left off. On the search for the garden. And Sabadao. We are playing as Two Guns Taylor. Because I like the idea of the two guns.
Get the real food for once.
Okay, your building just went through shit. Oh, wow. That volcano is really moving. Alright, let's go to quick travel. To enter the garden. Where was that quick travel spot? Yeah, enter the garden. Path to the garden beacon. Let's go there. This game has intrigues, backstabbing, and political destruction. And you get to kill people along the way. Kind of fun. Gameplay is really good. I've been enjoying it. I think it's worth a playthrough, and you can play it totally differently.
Huh. This is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that.
You had no right to make the decision for everyone.
Right. It's better that an Adiran envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Vanguard. The island can sort itself out. I'm hoping to be far away by then. Maybe curing the dream stirred will cure the island's insanity. The living lands could be at war by the time we leave the gardens. Don't remind me, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah. Maybe the dream scourge will cure the island's insanity. I don't think so. I think the island can sort itself out, but I'm hoping to be far away by then.
And what? Lie low? I hate to break it to you, but you don't have a face for blending in.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
I have a right to be worried about certain death. We may have be the only ones that do the guarding in ages. We don't know. We don't know what we're walking into. No idea. The dwarves have known about it the whole time, so they've known.
Death is always certain. It's only a question of timing. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
Yeah, you haven't seen Sabado. It's already an acid trip, I'd guess. You say there's a chance of becoming raving lunatics. Great. At least we get to meet Sabado in person. You're making this up. Pinch the bridge of your nose. That's great. Thanks, Youtsley. I'm just gonna go with you're making this up.
If mortals can change their environment, so can a god. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan?
I don't know. Well, unless anyone has a better idea.
For once, I'm all out of ideas. Anyone else?
I'm a soldier. I prefer leaving these decisions to people like you, but if you're asking for input, I don't entirely disagree with Ludwig on this. She may be a monster, but she's not the only one the Living Lands has seen. Sapadal could render this whole island as barren as the tusks in a fit of anger.
Sapadal caused the Dream Scourge. All of this pain. I don't think I can forgive that. Especially after seeing Iancu. I just can't let that go.
Think of what we could learn from Sapadal. Perhaps there's a way we can keep everyone alive.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in.
Alright, well. Any more words of wisdom? There has to be a right or wrong. Otherwise, what are we doing? That doesn't make the choice any easier. Let's hear any other words of wisdom.
Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Oh great, we could end up at the beginning. That's fantastic. Does anyone feel like turning back? This may take a while.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Alright then, we're together. Thank you, everyone. I didn't say that enough. Wipe a tear from the corner of your eye. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get me going too. We're with you. All the way.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
So, do we get to take them all? That would be nice. Wait. What does Gita have to say now?
Yatsli?
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the Living Lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious?
You were feeling lost at Emerald Stairs. This place gives you hope, because we're about to do something incredible. Maybe you see this as the turning point in your career. No, you tell me.
I think that I'm juggling so many variables that it's impossible to focus on even one. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan?
Of course, to power his invention. Please don't tell me you need me to collect another heart. Yeah, I'm going with that one. You're welcome for that, by the way. Yeah, please don't tell me we need to collect another heart.
If only it were that easy. We are standing in the beating heart of the Living Lands. Just imagine what we can do with it.
We don't have much time to decide. I worried you'd given up on your ambitions. That's the sort of thinking that got your parents killed. Why must we do anything? Cut it out and say, let it bleed. Yeah, why must we do anything?
Animancers don't ask why. We ask how. My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did. To an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything.
Yeah, but we're not in charge here. You decide what you want to do with your life. The past has no say in the matter. Family legacy is a heavy burden You are more than worthy of it. Yeah, because my dad was an editor and writer, and I'm dyslexic. That ain't happening. I have no business giving you life advice. I sold my corpse to Aaliyah for a Bitcoin. I'm going with that one.
Hey, a little coin can go a long way. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it.
Alright. Do you know any stories about the garden?
Well, that depends. I know a few spooky stories about the Living Lands. They may or may not have anything to do with the garden.
Ooh, I want a spooky story.
Okay. But if something goes bump in the night, I'm waking you up.
Let me think of a good one. There are so many, I can't decide. Which do you want to hear first? I know one about a ranger's dream, one about a haunted well, and one about a golden city.
Oh, what about the Golden City?
Many years ago, when Fior Mesiverno was barely a dot on the map, an animancer got lost in the wilderness. He came upon a pair of ancient trees, their trunks and branches intertwined. A strange light shone in the space between the trees, and beyond that light, a city of gold. So the animancer returned with an axe to chop the trees apart and fit his body through the narrow gap. But with every blow of his axe, the towers of the Golden City fell. The walls crumbled, the lights flickered out. By the time he made it through, there was nothing left. Only the bones of a once mighty civilization. As for the two trees, they were dead, hacked to splinters, leaving him no path back the way he came.
If that's true, how does anyone know the story? Yeah, if that's true, how does anyone know the story?
Who said it was true? It's very strange. I can't remember who told me that story, and no one claims to have heard it before.
Alright, let's hear another one.
Of course. Which one did you have in mind?
Oh, the Ranger's Dream.
One sunny day, a ranger took a nap in the woods of Emerald Stair. He awoke to a forest of dead trees, the night sky full of unfamiliar stars. After getting his bearings, he walked in the direction of Fior Mesiverno, but the settlement was gone. In its place was the most beautiful garden, hills bursting with flowers, the grass as soft as Valiant silk. Enchanted by this vision, he bent to pick a rose, but its thorn cut like a knife, severing 3 fingers.
Ow.
Then, a voice filled his head, shouting, "Go now, before the land takes you, body and soul." He awoke in his own bed, a wilted rose clutched in his 2-fingered hand.
Sounds like the ramblings of a deranged woodsman. Alright, let's hear the last one.
Of course. Which one did you have in mind?
The only one left. A haunted well.
Once upon a time, a young girl left town to fetch water from the local well. After pulling up the rope, she discovered the head of a Delimgan, one of the tree folk, staring at her from the bucket. "Return me to my grove," it said, "and I will grant you 3 wishes." So she carried the head into a peaceful clearing and sat it down on a tree stump. First, she wished for long life. The head granted her wish. Second, she wished to be impervious to a sword blade. Granted. And finally, she wished to know what happens after we die. No one ever saw her again. All they found was an Adra pillar in the middle of a clearing, next to an old stump.
Spooky, I like that one. How many real stories are just fables for children? You know, these stories have Consistent theme. Yeah.
Very perceptive. What do you think it is? I have my own opinion, but I'm curious about yours.
Mortals shouldn't reach immortal powers. Aware of nature, for punishes the careless. Don't pursue what you don't understand. Yeah, I'll go with that. Don't pursue what you don't understand.
Good advice. Well, not for me, but good for others. These stories might not shine any light on the garden, but they could inform the way we think about it. First, the garden is beyond all mortal understanding. If you think you're safe here, you're not. And second, when you walk into the unknown, make sure to bring a friend.
So, a good thing we have each other, so avoid the unknown, but go into it prepared. Isn't that a contradiction? Good thing we have each other.
Indeed. I couldn't have made it this far on my own. Hey, you're a good listener. Not everyone has the patience to hold their questions to the end.
I don't.
Alas, that is all I can tell you about the garden. For now, at least.
Alright, that's enough. Get some rest.
Who could rest at a time like this?
Alright, interact with the Yadra. Exit here, I guess. Yep, we're taking them. The mage and the healer.
Looks like we'll have to find another way through. Or not.
Alright, just straight across, I guess. Alright, we made it to here. Hey, that's the little guy from the beginning, too.
Worth thereof!
Finally caught it on fire. Well, this is so like what we've seen of Sabadao. Floating stuff. Just standing there. Superb plate armor. Something tells me I'm not supposed to go this way. A piece of otter sticking out. Firebomb. Okay. The violence is, I assume, coming. Because... isn't there always? Got a dead body there. Looks like we can go down that way. Letter from Ty. I made it to the garden somehow. Last thing I remember is getting lost, stumbling through the woods, past the volcano, and now I'm here. Then again, maybe it was all a dream? Maybe this is a dream too? What else is new? Plants are a nice touch, but too humid. They fit right in at the hall obscured. The hall's obscured? I don't know what that is. A little greenery to brighten up the enclosure. Anyways, I believe these marks the end of my sightseeing tour of the Living Lands. Not a moment too soon. I miss the comfort of home. Now, how do I leave? Oh, well, I'll figure it out. Something out. I always do, wink. Your friend. Teo Archmage, author of Teo's Chronic Orbs. Yes, I'm leaving this here for you. or a future version of you to find someday. Take care. You at the next meeting of the Circle. I'll save a seat next to me at the big table.
Tane was here? As in Tane's chaotic orb?
I'm not hitting nothing. Oh, and he's got a shield. This is not good for me.
When you do it.
Beyond safe!
I can't see to shoot. There we go.
On your left, dear. What's your flank?
Damn it. I can't hit nothing. You know, Gita, if you turned around, you could have killed this thing already. What is the bear doing? Why are you sending the bear after me? I already killed the bear. Helps if you hit the target.
Never had a chance.
Sheesh. Thing was fast. Okay, we supposed to go down? I don't think so. Alright, let's... Whoops. What we got in here? Let me out. Alright. Anything up here? Topaz. Oh, this is long. Just pause and read it. The way we approach God through prayer. Okay. Life is a prayer. Alright. It's an interesting way of looking at it.
I think this is the only way down. After you.
Cannonball! I like that cannonball. What? Can I can't interact with it. All right. Can't set it ablaze. All right. One of these is wrong. There we go. Now we're two guns. All right. Let's interact. Oh, we need to set up camp here. All right. We don't need camp.
I see the disciple has found her way into the cell.
No. Clarion Steel. We know this voice. Why is she here?
Let's see. You're in the garden. You must be a dedicated to follow me all the way here. Now what do you want? How many mag folk do I have to destroy to shut you up?
I would strike you down for that. Unfortunately, I can use you.
Out. Out. Her voice pierces our skin.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with?
All I know is Sabado needs help. Why didn't you explain then instead of insulting me? I don't get to choose. I didn't choose to get involved. Don't call Sabado that. I don't have to understand something to believe in it. Yeah, why don't you try explaining instead of insulting me?
Apparently, I must. The situation is worse than I perceived. Do you think you're special, with your god's thorn in your side? Do you believe you can hold dominion over chaos itself?
Nope.
When even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to this wasteland.
So, you guys are so weak as a group that you let one just can destroy you all. So when the collective fury of the gods only confine the sniveling creature into this wasteland. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I'm going no.
You couldn't possibly believe we would not intervene.
It is true. She twists the knife. The seas run red with memory.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained.
Well, you couldn't reach the living lands, so you manifold did your dirty work. You didn't know how Sabado would attack you. Why not wait and see? Wait, Sabado could destroy all of Eora. Eora, what do you mean? Admit it, you felt threatened by a god you couldn't control. Yeah, simple enough.
Chaos threatens us all. We will ensure order prevails. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with.
Then the godless. Your order magnified to kill them too. Yep, you ordered them to kill them too.
Of course I did. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed them. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it.
So you massacred them. Why did it have to come to this? Could have found a way to contain Sabado without senseless death. Their worship challenged your authority. You were never going to let them live. Yeah, I'm going with that.
You dare claim the domain of the gods is trivial?
You defend your crown, Kels, but accepted of a queen. Touched a sore spot, did I? Never mind, I'm not going to convince you of anything. Nope, touched a sore spot, did I?
Mind your tongue. Your blasphemy strains my patience.
Why does our prison not protect us? Help us! Silence her!
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Adir is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy.
Sabado lashed out because of Adira, can't you see that? It's not your order. That doesn't mean it's anarchy. Whatever the answer is, the living lands can't go on like this. I've seen what Sabado is capable of. It concerns me too. No. It's not your order. That doesn't mean it's anarchy.
I refuse to even dignify that with a response.
That is a response.
But there is still time. You can succeed where Ludwig failed. Face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently.
We're asked that again. I cannot do the sap at all. Do that to sap at all. They deserve a second chance. Get out of the garden. I'll never work with you. Yep. I'm going with that. Get out of the garden. Not working with you.
Very well. I cannot force a child to bend to my will.
No, but you'll try.
But I will not stand by and watch you undo my work. You should have thought more carefully before you broke your oath to the Empire. Let this be a lesson to you.
I never thought I'd learn of the Godless's fate from their killer.
That's it. From now on, I pray to no god.
Oh, there you go. There's an answer. Well, we've woken something up. There will be no surprise enemies here. Two guns, just keep firing. Definitely need more endurance. Hey dude, I'm way over here. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh, you're still alive. Sorry about you.
Who's next? Anyone?
Please don't goad them. Is the task done? It's just one task time. We marched upon the land, subdued all of the visualized and shattered their dwellings. We made a meal of their bones, packed into concrete so that it would not re-enter the land. There we go. We expirated their tongues and their disbeliefs forever. From their rule we received surrender, and upon those rules we delivered ruin. This is always to the godless. Now God function is not prayed back to us in 10 multiples of the task time. If we cannot receive God function feedback, we cannot know if we are approaching God, and if we are not approaching God, then we are withdrawing from God. Is it wrong to withdraw from God? We must pray to the God function to provide prayback. The 10 multiples of the task time is prayer have gone unanswered. Without God function, the higher camera of the mind is missing. Okay, did that sound like computer robot speech to you? It sounded like to me. Right, there's a key somewhere around here. You have the key. Nope, no key there. No key there. Alright. No key. No key. No key. Okay. Up. This is what it looks like we go. Okay. That people will go up that way. That's the way to go. Thank you. We do 3 or 4 jumps to get there. room back there. Don't think we can get to it from here. Whoa. That's the only way we go. What do you got for me? So I guess the key was somewhere back there and I did not find it. I didn't look very hard either, though.
An actual working magfolk? It isn't looking this bad, is it?
They're coming!
Get off me!
Okay.
They're off!
Okay. That was a little much. Oh, we don't have enough health for that. Okay, okay. You're the big bad boss here. Got a hell of a lot of range on you. And you got a gun. Nice. Aren't you special?
Beyond sync!
Well, she had one last kick to her. And she just disintegrates? She just disintegrated. Well, if you're counting on any of these weapons to do anything to anybody, you're in trouble. Nice to know there's a lot of Audra in here, but I guess we could go back to that camp, I guess. Oh, I guess it's not really there. Or maybe that's the bottle I threw down. Alright, we continue on to this crazy, weird, godless land? Kita's land, maybe? Maybe that's what Sapado remembers? Worth a shot.
What is that? I know that place, right?
I don't know. Do you know this place? I don't know this place. Oh, wait. We do know this place. It's the circle. The one, the cult. Yeah. Marius's family went to here. They died here.
Oh no. No. Why is this? They're dead. Like it just happened. Like I remember.
This is the moment I found you, bundled and crying, while our parents died.
Viate. You're not here. You can't be here.
I am dead, Viate, from the Dream Scourge. We are in the garden. As strange as this seems, it is normal here.
You couldn't write. You look better than when we last met. I knew the garden would be strange, but not like this. Marius, we don't have to do this. Keep moving. Take your time, Marius. This is probably important.
Please, Viate. This is where you need to be right now.
Oh, I have faced this already. Why force me to do it again?
There's something unresolved here. Something else you need to understand. I guess you need to see Inca one more time. Take your time, my friend. We'll be right here with you. Yeah, take your time. We'll be right here with you.
Right. Okay, I can do this. Let's get into it.
You know where we are. This is my memory. When everyone died, and I found you back in your tent. How much of this do you remember? I can't tell from your eyes.
We dealt with Razvan. He got what was coming to him.
Make your message clear, Spirit. We have much to do. Marius got his closure. Are you looking for closure too? Let's turn it on him.
I have as much closure as I'm going to get. I am part of this land's god now. A dream of the land.
Were you always such a blessed day poet? Or is that a death thing?
Sapadal wants to understand. They know your envoy very well, but not the people next to them.
I have what I needed. We dealt with Razvan. We avenged our parents' deaths.
Then maybe it was I who needed to speak with my Viate. With a clear mind this time. Even when we were children, you kept me alive, first by needing my protection, and then by being who you turned out to be. When you left Solace, it was like I lost more than my best friend. I lost my need to live.
I know. And I'm not sure I'll ever live that down. I don't think I know how.
You do that by living the best life you can for the rest of your life. You dealt with Ravna, that counts for something. It was not your responsibility, Marcus. Find the reason to live was his burden to carry. Yeah.
It was a burden I wasn't ready to carry. I went out on patrol nearly every rotation, looking for Razvan or death. Or ideally, both. Don't be like me, Marius. You've always done everything you could to survive. It's time for you to learn how to live.
So, what do we do now?
That's between you and your friend, Marius. Forgive each other. I'll never be able to move on without it. Or you'll never be able to move on without it. Oh, what is there to do? We're old friends, brothers. This relationship has survived worse than this.
What? Worse than Ianku's tragic death?
I can't say I loved that part most.
We've both been through so much. But I can see that it's all behind us now. Just another thing we've survived after all this time.
A fine way to put it.
Alright, you've gone a lot. I'm proud of you. It's good to see you two together. I can tell you loved each other very much. We'll go with that.
More like tolerate, in my case, but... right.
See what I put up with, Envoy? Still wonder why I left Solace?
Get out of here. Hike up your waistline and go talk to a god. They'll be waiting.
Glad you got to talk one last time.
Well, it was... good to see you, Viate. Even with all this.
Take care of my little friend, Envoy. He needs you more than he'll say.
Yeah, I can believe that, because he won't say anything. It's a nice little touch. It's kind of like it's the center of the room. It's not really a room. Oh, of course.
Not bad, Envoy. You asked for it.
Oh, I don't think he really asked for it. You're a mage. You gotta die. Bye-bye. Alright, let's kill everything else. Just shooting in the garden one day. Not coming this far. Alright, well, they're all dead.
Well done.
Maleficai or Orson. This is more about the god functions. Alright, yeah, you read all that. I'm not reading that. Too hard to read. It's not really, like, English. Oh yeah, I gotta change swords. Oh wait, no, I don't. It's one that leads you to the water. I need to go backwards. It's gonna send me backwards, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, so I want to go back to camp. That would be useful. Possibly upgrade. Oh, is this another one of these things? There's the toadstool.
No one was left to clean up the battlefield. Oh. Now it's just a time-forgotten ruin.
Worth it all! Protect the envoy!
Yeah, bear. Distract. I swear it's healing itself. No, don't wake that one up yet. I can't take on two. Okay, now we're taking on two. Gonna need magic for this. No. Oh yeah, shoot Yahtzee, that's fine. Alright, one down. I don't have my bear. Doo-doo. Ow.
Worth it.
Get it out.
Beyond sync.
Thank you, dear.
Don't come near it, you're gonna electrify us. Too late. One. Where is the other one? Well, symmetry would play a part, but doesn't look like... Oh. Symmetry. This lands. Okay, the door is open. Let's go see what's down here first.
I recognize this. It belongs to Tama.
We are overloaded. Get rid of the shield. Oh, that's not what I meant. You know, by hitting that button, I can do that. Spur bow. Great swords. Get rid of those. Alright, let's go in that place then. Oh wait, we still have a corpse to loot. Thank you for much. Oh, hey, look at this. What did that say? It was a ring of what? Ring of amplification. Power attacks can cause larger hit reactions. Yeah, but you don't tell me what that means. Okay. Well, looks like we get in here with either way. Oh, God's punch noise company of... Yeah, you can read this on your own. Yep, just pause it in the 2 spots. The lore is interesting, but it is hard for me to read. Okay, so...
This place is cruel. Let's find your god, Envoy.
So, you're supposed to come down to this spot? No. Alright, maybe we're not supposed to be here yet. I don't know. Oh. Here. Oh, is this his friend? When he left.
Tama. No. No. I dealt with this. We stood at his memorial together. What is this, Envoy? This is your god's prison, not mine.
Sabadal's influence has warped reality here. Wukada intended this place to trap souls. This is a snare your soul responds to.
Before we visited his memorial, yes. But I thought I'd broken free. I can't focus on his face. His features keep blurring, changing.
You didn't happen to take alcohol and special mushrooms, did you?
As long as we're both seeing the floating islands and the ghostly tree, I can't blame this on drugs. To be honest, that would be easier. I know it's him, but I don't recognize him as the Tama I knew. It's like he keeps changing in front of me. Does that make sense?
Some reptilians shift their colors and according to observant expects to see. If he doesn't look like Tama you remember, how do you remember him? Look away, this may be a trap. No, how do you remember him?
That's the problem. I can't picture him anymore. I used to remember his face so clearly from that night. His rigid jaw, the way his eyes crinkled at the corners. He was in pain, but trying to hide it.
And what do you see when you look at this Tama?
I see everything. All his moments at once. Joy, sadness, anger, heartbreak, stomachache. Everything from the handful of years that I knew him and the decades before we'd met. He's almost a stranger.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. All this time I kept him frozen in his worst moment. When he was suffering and when I failed him. But now that I see him as more, it's like he's free of that.
And so are you.
You're right. I am. It's like you said. His memory is no longer a burden. For the longest, I was afraid to let go of this moment, like I'd be letting him go if I did. And now I see I was just holding on to something that was weighing us both down.
There's a difference between letting go and running away.
Better than I could have said it. I never thought I'd meet someone I respect the way I respected Tama. But you've made some tough calls, and you've kept your head and your heart in the right place. So whatever comes next, I'm with you until the end. Now let's go find this god of yours and end the Dream Scourge. When we reach them, what do you think we'll find? A victim? A villain?
Something in between, I'm guessing.
I suspect you're right. Let's end this. I'll follow your lead, as always.
He's a victim of other gods, and at the same time, he's a guy who lashed out uncontrollably with such power. Power he probably didn't even comprehend. Alright, let's go back in here and see what we can find elsewhere. Not sure. Oh, wait. Health potion. Kind of scary when the game gives you stuff. Like stuff you might actually be able to keep you alive and use. Alright. Wants us to go this way. Wait, there's a door here. So there's a trick to opening the doors. I don't see one. All three are lit up, or none of them. One's blue. Two. So it goes to believe that the third one would be over there. There's only one opening. Door's over there, so you would think the door would be over there. Alright, maybe we gotta go up to find the door. Run around with guns out. Just what we should be doing. And then jumping. So the other ones, Godlike.
Child's play.
That's the door. That was a harder puzzle than most. Oh, now we can see that thing up close. The rings. Bigger ring beyond. What's with the rings? Guessing there's no way up. Alright, let's get out of here.
Company.
Alright, spider time. I think she laughed at me getting hit. Big spider.
That's done? Who's hungry?
Alright, made it out of another room. We're overweight again. Yeah, no, we don't. Oh, we only need one of these. Thank you. Alright, what else we got? What else we got? Looks like we go swimming. You guys are just standing around. Whole land full of them.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad?
I think I'm going mad too. This is her mother's basement. I just took something off their chest. Alright, what you got for me?
What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing.
Sniff the air. Real! Sabadell's degrading our memories again. Looking for a way to reach out to us. Dredging our memories. It's your family's lab all over again. We're seeing plants, lots of them, looking at us. What do you see? Sabadell's dredging our memories, looking for a way to reach us. Let's go.
I hate it. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go?
Sabadell wants us to find this. The only question is why. You don't think these things move here themselves, do you? I don't know. I'm going with I don't know.
Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward.
Godlike of Sabadell, long have we awaited you.
Finally, you've come home.
It's not just me, right? The plants are talking.
Oh my gods. They're alive.
Well. Wave to the plant, greeting. Yep, wave to the plant, greetings.
What do you think you're doing?
Giada Castell, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother? You heard her?
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sabadell answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sabadell speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
I hear Sapple all the time. I'm doing fine.
Indeed. Sapadal learned to whisper.
What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family.
You think they're telling the truth? What are these things? Sorry you had to find out that way. Yeah.
I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat. But that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being.
You think they're telling the truth?
I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good animancer embraces death. And they were the best.
What are these things anyways?
We are companions. Toys. Diversions. Sapadal fashioned us out of dreams and memories.
I can't believe it never occurred to me. They're animats. Ancient vessels held together with duty and loyalty. Their design is unusual. Organic, much like the garden itself. Sapadal's work. All this time, your god has been making imaginary friends. Drawing pictures on the walls of their cell. It's almost too sad to imagine. One final question, spirits. What is this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me? What is it you want?
Not to be pedantic, but that was 4 questions.
We want to apologize on Sapadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness.
They deserve forgiveness. What happened to your parents was a mistake. You owe them nothing. Sapadal's madness cost your parents' lives, and now you have the answer. Maybe it's time to move on. I trust you to make this decision yourself. Yeah, we'll do that.
Shit. This is going to hurt. Sapadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
The time has come for you to find your patron, as you were meant to.
Sapadal has clearly has a few things to get off their chest.
Even a god can learn to regret.
Sapadal wishes to be understood, as all mortals do. Seen, as all mortals are. What you see is the truth, glimpsed through their eyes, and they wish to share it.
What will happen to you?
Now that you have returned to the garden, Sapadal has everything they need. We will fade, as all things fade.
I'm sorry you were made to be poised like dolls and cast aside. It's cruel. But there's so much we can learn from you. I'm sorry.
Don't be. Nurtured or neglected, every garden dies in time. We will return to the soil from which we emerged. In time, you will do the same.
Well, rest well.
Our purpose draws to a close. A long rest is assured. May the living lands receive you with open arms. Farewell.
Goodbye. We need to talk about this, but not here.
Give her space, dearie. Giada will speak more when she's ready.
That was creepy. It's up there. Well, that was the button. I'm not sure where I want to go next. Tell me to go the other way. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's the door. What's in the room? Oh, perfect. The chest. Charm of Bones. Summon a trio of skeletons to fight with you. Over dexterity and perception. I don't know if that's right. Or better, or worse. Oh, what's the direction we're supposed to go? That way? Oh, back out. I guess next would be Yatsley? Alright. We're gonna end this one here.
Just
I gotta figure out how to get up to that.
In its full splendor.
I should have brought my sketchbook.
Yep, probably. Yeah, we need to find a way up there. But we'll figure that out in the next one. So, I hope you enjoy. Have luck at this game. It's been fun. I can't wait to see how she ends. Alright, guys. You stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one. Later!